Welcome to Chandan English YouTube channel. This is Joshna. In this session, I am going to discuss atoms and molecules. Okay, so it is a very important chapter from chemistry. So for all exams like RRB, Group D and SSC, GD and all other competitive examinations, this atoms and molecules chapter is very important. Okay, you can expect one question from this particular chapter. So each and every student from starting to ending, don't miss even a single point from this session. Hi one and all, very good morning. Okay, before starting the session, once all of you click the like button. Okay, first I will explain you the topic, then next I will display the question. You must mention your answers in the comment section. Okay, atoms and molecules. So what is mean by atom? What do you mean by molecules? So what is the terminology related to these atoms and molecules? In this session we are going to discuss. So not only thus, what is like a chemical formula, so what are the characteristics of chemical formula and what are the rules of the chemical formula, we are going to discuss in this session. Okay, very good morning. So all of you once say hi so that I can understand whether you are in the live session or not. Okay, yeah, let us go to the session. What is atom actually? Okay, so every matter, even a water bottle or even this remote, it is consist of matter. Okay, it is made up of matter. So what is this matter actually? Matter is, it is composed of atoms. Okay, it consists of a very tiny particles which is known as atom. Okay, now what is atom in simple? Atom is nothing but it is a tiny particle, okay, which is composed of matter. Okay, these atom consist of protons, neutrons, electrons. So in detail we will discuss now. Hello, very good morning Sai Teja. Okay. So what is atom actually? Wait a minute. Okay, atom is the fundamental building blocks of all matter. That means atoms, many atoms combine together to form a matter. So in human body, how the cell, okay, the combination of cell gives us a tissue and the combination of tissues gives us organ and all the organs made up a human body. In the similar way, so every matter consists of many number of atoms. Okay. Now what do you mean by atom actually? Atom is nothing but it is a tiny particle which is made up of many other different atoms. Okay. So what is atom actually? It is a single tiny particle. So the combination of two or more atoms is known as like a molecule, and a combination of molecules with other molecules is known as what? Compound. In detail we are going to discuss each and everything. Okay. Atom is the fundamental building block of matter. These atom consist of proton, neutron, electron, and the thing which is in the center of this is known as what? Nucleus. Nucleus is nothing but the combination of proton and neutron is considered as what, students? Nucleus. So protons are considered as positively charged, electrons are considered as negatively charged, and neutron, which is neutral, it does not consist of any like charge. Okay, the thing which is present at the center is considered as what, students? Nucleus. So nucleus is composed of protons and neutrons. Now tell me students, who discovered electron, who discovered proton and who discovered neutron? All of you mention your answers in the comment section. Yes, everybody who are in the live session, please comment who discovered electron, who discovered proton and who discovered neutron. Okay, and now what is atom actually? It is a tiny particle made up of a central nucleus containing protons, neutrons and electrons, and the middle thing is known as what, students? Nucleus. Okay, who discovered proton, who discovered electron and who discovered neutron? Mention those questions in the comment section, those answers in the comment section. Okay, next. Now you have understood what is atom. Atom is nothing but it is an extremely tiny particle. Okay, it is in the middle. What is present, students? In the middle it consists of nucleus and the electrons revolve. Okay, and the electrons revolve around this nucleus, and the positively charged like particles are known as proton, negatively charged particles are considered as like electrons, and the neutral thing is considered as neutrons. Okay, next. What is molecule? Okay, molecules are nothing but these molecules are made up of one or more atoms. If they contain more than one atom, the atoms can be same. For example, oxygen. So these oxygen, actually oxygen, what is the atomic number of oxygen? 8. Okay, in simple we can write oxygen as O, but why we are writing oxygen like chemical formula as O2? Why? Because okay, these oxygen consist of 2 atoms. I have told you what is atom actually. What is atom? Atom is nothing but it is a very extremely tiny particles. Why the chemical formula of oxygen is O2? Why? Because, and why it is considered as molecule? Okay, molecule is nothing but the combination of 2 or more atoms is considered as molecules. Now oxygen, why oxygen is considered as molecule? Why? Because the chemical formula of oxygen is O2. Okay, what is this 2 actually? These oxygen consist of 2 atoms. Okay, for this purpose we say this oxygen as a molecule. In the similar way, okay, like water, even the water have different molecules. So what is the chemical formula of water actually? H2O. So it consists of 2 different molecules. So one is hydrogen and one is oxygen. So did you understand what is molecule actually? So molecule, it is made up of either the same atoms or of the different atoms. Okay. So for example, the molecule which consists of same molecule is oxygen. The molecules which consist of different atoms is known as water. Okay, that is atom and this is molecule. Okay, very good students, very good. So each and every student, please share this live session to your friends and relatives. Okay, next one is compound. What is this compound actually? A compound is a substance formed when different chemical elements chemically bond together. For example, so what is compound, students? Now sodium is different element and chlorine is different element. So we are combining these 2 different elements, okay, by which bond? By chemical bond, and such thing is known as what, students? Compound. Okay, did you understand? We have to know what is atom, what is molecule and what is compound. Compound is nothing but we are combining 2 different elements, okay, by chemical bond, that is considered as like compound. Okay, for example, this is sodium and this is chlorine. Sodium is a metal and chlorine is a gas. If we combine these 2 different like elements, we say it as what, students? Compound. Not only sodium chloride but also ammonia. So what is the formula for ammonia NH3 and what is the chemical formula for ammonium NH4? So how we are getting this ammonia? By combining nitrogen and hydrogen. So this nitrogen is one element and that hydrogen is another element. We are mixing these 2 nitrogen and hydrogen by how, student? By chemically bonding. So what you will get? You will get ammonia. So this is considered as compound. It is not a molecule. Okay. Next. So Sankranti offers are going on. Today is the last day to grab this opportunity. On every course we are providing up to 60% offers. Next. Any course you can get it only for $499. So separate batches were available. You can get the classes both in English as well as Telugu languages. SSC exam complete course like Tier 1 and Tier 2 classes are available in both in English and Telugu languages. Next, railway exams are also on offers. Up to 60% offers are available. Bank exams are also on offers. Bank, SSC, RRB combo course offers are also available. Today is the last date to grab this opportunity. APPSC and SI constable courses are also available on our Chandan Loix app. 0 to hero course. So who are not okay at like arithmetic, reasoning and advanced maths, so they can purchase this course. So you can get from like classes from basics to advanced level. Okay, this course includes arithmetic, reasoning and advanced maths. So next, laws of chemical combination. So we know what is atom, we know what is molecule and we know what is compound. So how we are combining like both compounds? Okay, how we are combining like 2 different elements to form a compound. Okay, for example, sodium is different element and chlorine is different element. At what percentage or at what proportion or at what cases, okay, we are getting that particular compound. So that is nothing but laws of chemical combination. How we are combining the chemicals. So what is the process or what are the systems involved in combining both the chemicals to form a compound? Now we are going to discuss. Okay. The laws of chemical combination describes how elements combine to form compounds, primarily including. So there are 5 different types of laws of chemical combination. Okay, how we are combining elements to produce a compound. So there are 5 processes involved in this law of chemical combination. So what are those? Law of conservation of mass, and the next thing, law of definite proportions. Okay, law of definite proportion and law of multiple proportion, and Gay-Lussac's law, and finally Avogadro's law. So there are 5 different types of processes for law of chemical combination. In order to combine different elements to form a compound, we have 5 processes. So one is law of conservation of mass, one is law of definite proportion, and the third one is law of multiple proportion, and the fourth one is Gay-Lussac's law, and the fifth one is Avogadro's law. So each and everything we are going to discuss in detail. Okay. Next, first one, law of conservation of mass. We all know very well. Okay, what is law of conservation of mass? Mass is neither created nor destroyed. So what is happening here actually? So we are mixing 2 different elements. So one is sodium and one is chlorine. Okay, I will explain you with example. So listen students, so this is like a beaker. Okay, this is a beaker. So which it is consisting of barium chloride and sulfuric acid. This beaker 1 consists of barium chloride and sulfuric acid. We are mixing the barium chloride into the sulfuric acid. Okay, step 1, we are mixing the barium chloride into the sulfuric acid. We have measured this weight. Okay, we have measured this solution weight. So think the weight of this step 1 solution, step 1 is x grams for example. Okay, in the second step, what is happening here? Okay, mix it well. Okay, mix the beaker which is consisting of sulfuric acid and barium chloride. Mix it in a very proper way. So what happens? So before mixing, you have measured the weight of this solution. Okay, even after mixing, so what are the inputs you got students? Barium sulfate and hydrochloric acid. Even after mixing the beaker also, if you measure the weight of this beaker, the weight of this beaker also will be the same. Okay, by this we can say that weight of the reactant or total weight of the reactants is equal to total weight of the products. So this law is considered as what students? Law of conservation of mass. So even what is happening here? The mass is neither created nor destroyed. Even we are mixing a barium chloride and H2SO4 in a beaker, even after the shaking. So what is happening here? There is no mass or there is no mass is created or added to this step 2. Okay, and this process is considered as what students? Law of conservation of mass. Okay, and in simple we can say that total weight of the reactants is equal to total weight of the products. Even after mixing the beaker, so the weight of that reactant will be the same as the weight of this reactants. Okay. Next, this is law of conservation of mass. In simple, mass is neither created nor destroyed. Okay. In simple terms, this law states that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. In other words, the total mass, that is the sum of the mass of the reacting mixture and the product formed remains constant. Okay. Who discovered this actually? Who has brought up this law of conservation of mass? Anthony Lavoisier. So he gave this law in the year 1789. Okay, law of conservation of mass was discovered by which scientist students? Lavoisier. So he has discussed this law in which year? In 1789. Very, very important. Okay, so who discovered law of conservation of mass? What is this law of conservation of mass? Matter is neither created nor destroyed. The sum of reactants or the sum of the reactants or the weight of the reactants will be always equal to the weight of the products after reaction. Okay. Next, law of definite proportion. So instead of explaining what is law of definite proportion, if you look at the diagram, you can easily understand. Okay, so what is this actually? Who had discovered this law of definite proportion? Joseph Proust. He is a French chemist. Okay, he stated that proportion of elements by weight in a given compound will always remain exactly the same. For example, so water which I am drinking, okay, water which I am drinking and water which you are drinking, so that water and this water consist of same like compound. This consists of same different element, different molecules, and it is a same compound. If you look at this, so 18 grams of water sample A. So this water contains the same molecules and even the sample B water contains the same molecules. So this sample A water contains 2 grams of hydrogen and 16 grams of oxygen. So what is this actually? In order to get water, so what is required? 1 gram of hydrogen should be mixed with 16 grams of oxygen gas to get water. What is the ratio to get water, students? 1:8. That may be 2:16 also. Okay, what do you mean by this? 2 grams of hydrogen is mixed up with 16 grams of oxygen to get H2O, water molecule. Okay, that means the water which I am consuming and the water which you are consuming, these both water contains same molecules. So 2 grams of hydrogen and 16 grams of oxygen. Okay, that is nothing but what, students? Law of definite proportion. Who proposed this law? Joseph Proust. He is a French chemist. Okay. Next thing is law of multiple proportions. Now we are going to discuss. So look at these, students. So actually for a water, in order to get water, we are mixing 2 grams or 1 gram of hydrogen is mixed up with 16 grams of oxygen molecule to get water. But, okay, so same amount of molecules. So here 2 different types of molecules. It is giving 2 different types of compounds. Listen properly, keyword. 2 different types of molecules. So what are those 2 different types of molecules? H2O, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, this hydrogen and oxygen, these two are 2 different types of molecules. If these 2 different types of molecules gives 2 different types of compounds, so we say it as what, students? Law of multiple proportions. I will explain what is this. Okay, actually H2O, I have told you already how you will get this water molecules. If 1 gram of H2 hydrogen gas mix up with 16 grams of oxygen, we will get H2O in general. Okay, so this is one compound. We are mixing 2 different molecules to get one compound. Now listen, if 1 gram of H2, 1 gram of hydrogen, it is mixing with, if 1 gram of hydrogen it is mixing with, wait a minute, okay, if 1 gram of hydrogen it is mixing with 32 grams of oxygen, so do you get the same compound, students? No, we will get different compound. So what is that compound? H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. What do you mean by this hydrogen peroxide? So what is the use of this hydrogen peroxide, students? If any insect enters into our ear, if we pour this H2O2 into our ear, that insect will come outside. So that is the general use of this H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. So what is happening here? The molecules are same. Okay, the 2 different molecules giving 2 different compounds. That law is known as what, students? Law of multiple proportion. Who gave this law of multiple proportion? Dalton. In which year? In 1803. I think you are understanding what I am saying. If yes, mention in the comment section yes. Okay. Next, Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume. So what is this actually? So I will give you a perfect example. Okay, take a pressure cooker, like you put something like a dal in pressure cooker. So what happens there, students? If you increase the temperature, so what happens? The pressure increases. Okay, so take this pressure cooker actually. So think this is as a pressure cooker. Okay, so I am heating the pressure cooker. Okay, I am heating the pressure cooker. If I increase the temperature, so what is here actually? So the volume is same in the pressure cooker. Volume is same. Why? Because the lid is closed. Okay, as the lid is closed, the volume present in the pressure cooker is constant. So what happens if I increase the temperature? Okay, if I change the mode of regulator to high, what happens? The pressure increases and we can hear the whistle sound. That is a perfect example for Gay-Lussac's law. What is here actually? Pressure is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay, pressure is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay, who discovered this law? Gay-Lussac law was given by Gay-Lussac in 1808. What is happening here actually? This law states that when gases are produced or combined in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, given that all the gases at same temperature and pressure. So this law can be considered as another form of law of definite proportion. So what is this law of definite proportion? I have explained you already. Okay, there they consider mass. So instead of mass, if we consider volume, okay, in law of definite proportion, so what is the key term? Like mass, we will consider the mass. So instead of mass, if we consider the volume, so that law is considered as what, students? Gay-Lussac law. Perfect example is, okay, pressure cooker. If we increases the pressure, if we increases the temperature of the pressure cooker, so what happens? The pressure decreases. Why? Because the whistle will move upwards and the pressure will be released. What is happening here? Pressure is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay? Okay, done. Next, Avogadro's law. So we all know very well about this Avogadro's law. So equal volume of gases, contains equal number of molecules at same temperature and pressure. We all know very well. Who has discovered this Avogadro's law? Avogadro only. So all of you say me, students, what is Avogadro number? Okay, mention in the comment section what is Avogadro number. Okay, so what is this Avogadro law? Avogadro law is nothing but equal volume of gases consist of equal number of molecules. Seems simple. Okay, equal volume of all the gases contains equal number of molecules. For example, one volume of H2, okay, one volume of hydrogen contains one volume of oxygen. Equal number of all the gases contains equal number of molecules. So this is considered as what, students? Like as I discussed in law of definite proportion. Okay, it is having sample A and it is having sample B. Example, that water which I am consuming and water which you are consuming, these both consist of equal number of volume contents of equal number of molecules. So this is nothing but Avogadro's law. Who has brought up this Avogadro's law? Like Avogadro only. Okay, in which year? In 1811. So this is very, very important. Okay, next, Dalton's atomic theory. This is very, very important. So Dalton has come up with some postulates. Okay, what is atom actually? Okay, so what are the characteristics of atom? In this particular topic we are going to discuss. This is very, very important in your exam point of view. Okay, Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton, he also explained what law of definite proportions or law of multiple proportion. Mention your answer in the comment section. Not only this Dalton's atomic theory, so he has explained one law of definite proportions or law of multiple proportion. Mention it in your comment section. Dalton. Okay. John Dalton was an English scientist who in 1808 a scientist explained for the laws of chemical combination. Okay, he is the one who explained all the laws of chemical combination in simple. Yeah, very good, Saiteja. 6.03 into 10 power 23. That is the Avogadro number. Very good. Okay, tell me, Dalton, who he discovered law of definite proportion or law of multiple proportion. Just now I have discussed. Okay, mention it in the comment section, students. Okay, so there are some postulates, key statements of this Dalton's atomic theory. So listen properly. So what is Dalton's atomic theory? First postulate. So the atom, it cannot be created or it cannot be destroyed. So remember properly. Okay, what does Dalton has told in his theory? An atom, it cannot be destroyed or it cannot be what is this? It cannot be destroyed or it cannot be created. That is the first postulate of this Dalton's atomic theory. All matter is made up of invisible atoms. I have explained you already. Atom is nothing but it is a tiny particle. So all atoms combine together to form a matter. Okay, that is the first postulate of this Dalton's atomic theory. So what is this second one? Atoms are the smallest units of matter and cannot be broken down by chemical means. What do you mean by this? Okay, I have told you already, atom is an extremely tiny particle. Even though chemical reactions are taking place in the particular reaction, there will be no reaction for the atom. Atom is neither broken or neither it will be created. Okay, it will be same throughout the reaction. So that is in the second postulate. And third one, all atoms of a given element are identical in mass and properties. For example, okay, H2O. Okay, this H2O consists of one H2 molecule and other one is one oxygen molecule. So each and every atom, okay, each and every atom of the same molecule consists of equal mass and properties. Okay, for example, I am in one room, so I am inhaling oxygen. The atoms which I am consuming, so some or the other way I am consuming, I am inhaling the atoms. The atoms which I am consuming and the atoms which are present in the oxygen which you are consuming consist of same mass and properties. Okay, the oxygen which is present in this room and the oxygen which is present in your room consist of same mass and properties. Okay, that is Dalton's theory, atomic theory's third postulate. Next thing, example, every oxygen atom behaves the same as another oxygen atom. Just now I have explained you. Okay, next, atoms of different elements have different mass and properties. For example, H2O. So this is a H2 molecule. What is this? Why it is H2? Hydrogen is considered as molecule. Why? Because this hydrogen is made up of two hydrogen atoms. Why it is considered as molecule, students? This H2, it is hydrogen actual chemical formula. It is made up of two hydrogen atoms. Okay. Now, the mass of this hydrogen, the mass and properties of this hydrogen will be differed from the mass and properties of the oxygen. Okay. Next thing, for example, a hydrogen atom is fundamentally different from a carbon or nitrogen. Okay, the carbon have different mass and properties and hydrogen will have different mass and properties. That is the fourth postulate of this Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, next, atoms combine in simple whole number ratios to form compounds. Next, as I told you, atoms can neither be created nor destroyed in chemical reaction. So even though the elements are involved in the chemical reaction, there will be no effect for the atoms. Atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay. Next, what happens actually to the atoms in a chemical reaction? What happens to the atoms? In chemical reaction, the atoms will be rearranged. Okay, there will be no effect. Either they will be destroyed. Okay, they will not be destroyed, or there will be no addition of the atoms. So what happens in a chemical reaction to the atoms? That atoms will be rearranged. So remember this point, very, very important. Okay, next. So what is atomic mass? I think everybody know this. Okay, what is atomic number and what is atomic mass? So in detail we will discuss about this atomic number and atomic mass in periodic table, classification of elements and periodic table unit. So as of now, just what is atomic mass? So this is important. Okay, what is atomic mass, students? This atomic mass, it is also denoted as m. It is the mass of a single atom. Okay, mass of a single atom is considered as what, students? Atomic mass. So everybody, so when you are going to, like in 7 days when you are going to your exams, so like 1 to 30 elements and even its atomic number and its atomic mass, you have to know that and you must go to the exam hall. Okay. So atomic number 1, what is this atomic number 1? Hydrogen. What is the atomic mass? 1.008. What is this atomic mass actually? The sum of protons and neutrons in a particular element, the sum of protons and neutrons is considered as what, students? Atomic mass. Atomic number is different and atomic mass is different. So every student must know this table. So even you can like screenshot it and you can gather the information anywhere. Okay, this is very, very important. You must know 1 to 30 or not 1 to only 30. So different like important elements atomic number also you must know. Even you have to like remember atomic mass of those 1 to 30 atomic numbers also. What is atomic mass? The mass of a single atom. You all know what consists in atom? Atom consists of protons, neutrons and electrons. So as electrons are negatively charged, they will be like in small proportions, neglect that. So what is atomic mass? The sum of protons and neutrons is considered as atomic mass, and the like mass of a single atom is known as what? Atomic mass. Okay. Like atomicity. What is this atomicity? For example, okay, oxygen. Why we will write oxygen as O2? Why? Because that oxygen molecule consists of 2 atoms of oxygen and that particular property is known as what? Atomicity. So what is the atomicity of oxygen? O2. Why? Because that oxygen consists of 2 atoms. If the combination of 2 atoms is considered as molecule. Okay. Next, monoatomic, helium only. Why? Because that helium, as it is a inert gas, it will not be reacted with any other element. Its atomicity will be monoatomicity. And in the similar way, diatomicity, example, oxygen. And even hydrogen atomicity also 2. Like a triatomic, ozone layer. Okay, actually ozone layer consists of which type of molecule, students? O3. It is nothing but it is a molecule of oxygen itself, but extra atom of, listen properly, if an extra atom of oxygen is added, so we say it as what? Ozone. That is nothing but what is the chemical formula? O3. So what is the atomicity? As this ozone is consisting of 3 atoms of oxygen, we say this as like triatomic. In the similar way, polyatomic, sulfur. So when you look at the sulfur and when you look at the phosphorus, their atomicity will be like 8, 4. If atomicity is greater than 3, we said that atomicity as polyatomicity. Very, very important, students. Okay. Are you on live? Everybody mention yes, ma'am. Okay. Next, chemical formula. This is very, very important. Okay. So there will be some rules how to write the chemical formula. So which one should come first? Either the element, either the metal or non-metal. So either the positive one or negative one. Which should come first? We are going to discuss in this session. So everybody on live or you left? Okay. Chemical formula is nothing but it is an expression that shows the element in a compound and the relative proportions of those elements. What do you mean by compound actually? Compound is nothing but like different elements we are combining together by a chemical bond. So if we are combining two different elements by a chemical bond, so there will be another compound formed. Okay, in order to denote that newly formed compound, we will denote it with chemical formula. Okay, next, if one atom, for example H2O, okay, what is happening here? H2O, in H2O we are combining two different elements like hydrogen and oxygen. So after combining the two different elements, the thing which we get, okay, the thing which we get, we say it as what, students? Rukshivita. Okay, so it is like completely English channel. I must explain only in English language. Okay, the valence. So there are some rules, students. We have to know what are those rules. If only one atom of a specific type is present, no subscript is used. For example, how we will write helium element as He? Why? Because its atomicity is 1. There is no subscript to this. Okay, but for example hydrogen, why this hydrogen is written as H2O? Why? Because its atomicity is 2. The number of atoms present in this hydrogen is 2. For that purpose, the subscript is required for this hydrogen atom. Okay, in the similar way, for atoms that have 2 or more of a specific type of atoms present, a subscript is written. For example, so as I discussed you in hydrogen molecule. Okay, very good morning. Next, after the symbol for that atom, characteristics of chemical formula. So what is this chemical formula? I have told you already. Okay, for a compound, what is compound actually? Two different elements. Okay, we are combining two different elements by a chemical bond. So we will get a compound. So how we must mention that compound as? So if there is any subscript, so first we have to write the element name. If there is any subscript, we have to mention it. As helium does not contains any subscript, as it having a monoatomicity, so we need not to write any subscript like He1. But when comes to hydrogen, these hydrogen consist of 2 atoms of hydrogen. For that purpose, we have to mention the subscript to this hydrogen molecule. Okay, this is how we write this hydrogen molecule. Why? Because it consists of diatomicity. Now, the valencies or charges or ion must balance. So, for example, we will write this Na plus Cl minus. Why we are mentioning the ions at the top of the element, students? So, those ions must be balanced. For that purpose, we will write this chemical formulas in this manner at some cases. When a compound is formed of metal and non-metal, symbol metal comes first, for example. So, this is also very, very important rule to be remembered. Okay. So, if we are combining like one metal and one non-metal, listen properly, students, I am combining one metal and one non-metal. So, you may have a doubt, which one I should write first? Okay. They have mentioned, if you are mixing metal with non-metal, in the chemical formula, you must write the metal at first. Okay, you must mention the metal in the first place. For example, calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. We are mixing the calcium and oxygen in order to get calcium oxide. Now, calcium is a metal and oxygen it is a gas. We are mixing these two. So, which one you should mention in the first place? Calcium. In the similar way, sodium chloride. Sodium is a metal and chlorine is a gas. We must mention NaCl. So, as it is in the rule, when the metal and non-metal is mixed up, so which one should come first, students? The metal should be placed first in chemical formula. Next, copper oxide. When polyatomic ions are used, the ions are enclosed in brackets. For example, so why we will write this calcium hydroxide and why we will use this double bracket, students? So, whenever we are mixing a metal with polyatomic elements, okay, when we are mixing the metal with the polyatomic elements, so that polyatomic element should be placed in 2 brackets. Why? Because that particular consists of 2 atomicity. So I think everybody know this. I am fine. Parshuram. Okay, next. Molecular mass. So what is molecular mass and what is ions? So these things you think you will know, but when these type of questions will appear in examination, you can't answer to this type of MCQs. So each and everything you have to listen properly. What is molecular mass? Molecular mass is nothing but total mass of a single molecule found by adding the atomic masses of all the atoms in the chemical formula. So how you will denote this, what is the unit to measure this molecular mass? AMU, atomic mass units. Okay. It is fundamental property used in chemistry to characterize substances representing the mass of one specific molecule. Okay. Molar mass is different, molecular mass is different. For example, mass of one particular molecule. Molecule means H2O, not H2O, H2. Okay. Hydrogen is called as a molecule. Even oxygen is called as a molecule. The mass of a particular molecule is considered as what, students? Molecular mass. So it is different from molar mass. What do you mean by molar mass? Which is the mass of 1 mole, a large quantity and expressed in grams per mole. Okay, listen students, very important. Molecular mass is different from molar mass. Molecular mass, we will express this in AMU, atomic mass unit. When comes to molar mass, we will express it in grams per mole. Okay, mass of 1 mole is considered as molar mass. Mass of single molecule is considered as molecular mass. Molecular mass is expressed in AMU, atomic mass unit. Molar mass is expressed in gram per mole. Very important. Okay, next. Mole concept. So this is also very important. So mole. So we have discussed many times. Amount of substance is measured in which unit, students? Mole. Okay, we have discussed many times in physics point of view. Amount of substance is measured in which units? Mole. So now we are going to discuss what is mole concept actually. Okay, so at the end of the session we are having 30 most important MCQs along with PYQs. So each and every student listen properly. Mole is the number equal to Avogadro number, just like a dozen. Okay, dozen means you all know. What do you mean by dozen, students? Dozen is nothing but, like example, 12 bananas. Century is nothing but 100 years. In the same way, what do you mean by mole? Mole is nothing but it is the amount of substances. It is a unit for amount of substances. In simple, it is equal to Avogadro number. You all know. That's what I am saying. Mole is nothing but that is not like the thing which is on our body. That mole is amount of substances. It is the unit of amount of substances. Okay. So we will, what is actually, for example, 1 dozen consists of 12 bananas. So 1 century consists of 100 years. In the similar way, 1 mole consists of, it is equal to Avogadro number. That means 6.023 into 10 power 23. You all know very well about this. Okay. Next. A mole can be defined as a unit which represent as 6.03 into 10 power 23 particles of same matter. That means 1 mole consists of 6.023 into 10 power 23 same particles. Like how a dozen consists of 12 bananas, how the 1 century consists of 100 years. In the similar way, 1 mole consists of 6.023 into 10 power 23 small identical particles. Okay, did you understand what I said? And that is nothing but what, students? Mole. It is the unit to measure amount of substance. We have discussed many times. Okay, next. What do you mean by molar mass? Just now I have discussed. Molar mass is nothing but, okay, what is this? Molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of a chemical substance. Mass of 1 mole of a chemical substance is known as what? Molar mass. For example, the mass of like small particles which are having 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules, that mass is known as what as molar mass. Okay. So, these are the important concepts which you have to remember for your exam point of view. Okay. Now, I am going to display the MCQs related to this concept. Each and every student, you must mention your answers in the comment section. Okay. Let's start it. An atom is best described as the smallest particle that can exist independently, the fundamental building blocks of matter retaining chemical properties, a positively charged particle, a group of atoms. Yeah, everybody mention your answers in the comment section, students. Now, I am going to display 30 most important and expected MCQs from this atoms and molecules chapter. So, even I have included PYQs also. So, you can see assertion, reason, statement wise, multiple choice questions also. So, what is the answer, students? Very good, no Lakshmi. So, look at the thing properly. I have told you already, atom is nothing but, so they are the building blocks of matter. Okay. I am not getting your messages properly. So, listen, look at the question properly. The smallest particle that can exist independently, not that. So, look at the question properly. I have explained you already. Atoms are nothing but they are the building blocks of, what? Matter. Now, tell me the answer, students. Tell me, what is the answer for this question? What do you mean by atom? It is the smallest particle that can exist independently. The fundamental building block of matter retaining chemical properties, or next, a positively charged particle or a group of atoms. Now tell me, very good morning Lakshmi, nobody is answering to my question. So the answer for this question is very good. The fundamental building blocks of matter retaining chemical properties. Yeah. Okay. What do you mean by a positively charged particle, students? A positively charged particle is proton. Group of atoms is considered as a molecule. That is different. Okay. Hi one and all. And the next question I am going to display. The nucleus of an atom contains electrons only, protons only, neutrons only, protons and neutrons only. And not only these, students, so even mention who discovered proton, neutron and electrons in which years. Mention these questions in the answers comment section. Very good. Okay. The nucleus of an atom contains no negative electron, positive proton, but nucleus consists of what? Very good. Protons and neutrons. Tell me who discovered proton, who discovered electron and who discovered neutron, and tell me what is positron. What is positron? Tell me, students. Yes, electron, J.J. Thomson, proton. Very good. And tell me these questions also. Tell me the answer for these things also. Who discovered proton, who discovered electrons, and what is positron? Tell me. Very good. Proton, Goldstein, neutron, Chadwick. So, what is positron? Who is going to answer to this question? Positron, it behaves similarly to electron, but there will be somewhat different thing. So, mention it in the comment section. Okay, next. Which of the following is a molecule made of different elements? Oxygen, nitrogen, water, ozone. Now tell me, students, I have told you what is molecule actually. What is molecule? Molecule is nothing but, so either the same number of atoms or different number of atoms, if we combine together, we will get a molecule. So in the given option, which is not a molecule, okay, which is not a, which is made up of different, very good students, very good. So that's what I am saying, Lakshman. So there will be a slight difference between electron and positron. What you said is correct. So electron and positron both are same, but there will be a slight difference. So I need that slight difference. What is the answer for this question? Very good. Why? Because this oxygen, it consists of 2 atoms of oxygen, and nitrogen consists of 2 atoms of nitrogen, and ozone consists of, yes, ozone consists of like what? 3 number of atoms. When comes to water, it consists of different number of atoms like hydrogen and oxygen. Very good. Next, biological molecules such as DNA consist of 1 atom, 2 atom, few atom, thousands of atoms. Very, very important question. Okay, you all know what is DNA, dinucleic acid. So, if we need to know whose child is that, so if we test the DNA, we can get that. Okay, that DNA consists of, yes, very good Lakshman. DNA consists of how many number of atoms? 1 or 2 or 3 or 1000. Very good. Thousands of atoms. A compound is a substance formed when elements mix physically, identical atoms combine, different elements chemically combine in fixed ratio, molecules break into atoms. What is the answer for this question? Each and every student who are in the live session, you must mention your answer in the comment section. Even if you know the answers or not, you must mention in the comment section. Read the question properly. What they are asking, a compound is a substance formed when, have told you already, okay, when we mix up 2 different elements, by chemically bonding, so we will get a compound. Okay, now what is the answer, students? Very good. Different elements chemically combined in fixed proportion. Next, the law of conservation of mass was proposed by Dalton, Proust, Lavoisier, Gay-Lussac. Tell me. Okay, for law of chemical combination. So, in order to mix up 2 different elements to form a compound, I have told you already there will be 5 processes. Law of conservation of mass, law of definite proportion, law of multiple proportion, Gay-Lussac law, and finally Avogadro's law. Okay, so law of conservation of mass was proposed by which scientist? How many times I have to say? My name is Jyoshna Parashuram. Okay. So, tell me the answer for this question, students. Very good. Okay. Next, according to the law of definite proportion, the mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water is 1:1, 1:2, 1:8, 2:1. I have explained you already. Okay. So, H2O, it is a like molecule actually. It consists of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Now, tell me, in how much proportions, if we mix it, we will get the H2O molecule. I have discussed you already. Okay, very good. If we combine 1 gram of hydrogen atom with 8 grams of oxygen molecule, we will get H2O. Very good, students. 1:8. Okay, I have already discussed. Okay, 1 gram of hydrogen, if we mix up with like 8 grams of oxygen, what you will get, students? We will get H2O. Even if 2 grams of hydrogen is mixed up with 16 grams of oxygen, I told you we will get H2O. Okay, what do you mean by law of multiple proportion? If 2 grams of hydrogen is mixing with 32 grams of oxygen, we will get a different compound. Okay, that is law of multiple proportion. It was proposed by Dalton. Okay, next one. The law of multiple proportions applies when one element forms only one compound, 2 different elements form more than one compound, elements combine in gases only, volume remains constant. So, I have already discussed, students, what do you mean by law of multiple proportion? For example, I am combining 2 different molecules. If I combine 2 different molecules and if I am getting 2 different compounds, So we'll say that process of law of multiple proportion. Sankranti holidays, okay? Yes, very good. For example, 2 grams of H2, if we combine with 16 grams of oxygen, we will get H2O. In the same way, 2 grams of H2 plus 32 grams of O2 gives us what sense? H2O2. That means what? We are combining 2 different elements and we are getting 2 different compounds. That law is known as law of multiple proportions, and it was proposed by Dalton. Okay? Next. Gay-Lussac's law is related to the combination of gases in terms of mass, volume, density, mole. I have already explained you Gay-Lussac's law. If you get Gay-Lussac's law, what you have to remember? We have to remember the pressure cooker. Okay, if we increase the temperature of the pressure cooker, so what happens? The pressure will be reduced. How it is going to be reduced? So the whistle moves up and the pressure is released. Okay. Now tell me the answer, students. No, how the density will be there, students? Density is Sandrata in Telugu. No, I have told you already. So law of definite proportions and Gay-Lussac's law, both are same, but law of definite proportion consider mass. When it comes to Gay-Lussac's law, it considers volume. Very good. At constant, not at constant, at the same volume, what is happening here? The pressure is inversely proportional to temperature. Okay, very good. Next. Avogadro's law states that equal volume of gases at same temperature and pressure contains equal mass, volume, number of molecules, density. Very good, students, very good. So what do you mean by Avogadro number? I have already discussed. Okay, so what is mole actually? Mole consists of small number of particles of 6.023 into 10 power 23. That is considered as Avogadro number. Now, what do you mean by very good? Okay, equal volume of gases consist of equal number of molecules. Very good, Lakshmi. Very good, Naruto. Very good, Saiteja, Rahul. Okay, very good, one and all. Dalton proposed his atomic theory in the year 1789, 1803, 1808, 1811. So I have even explained you what are the postulates of this Dalton's atomic theory. Actually, he proposed this Dalton's atomic theory in which year? Yeah, everybody mention your answers in the comment section. And what is the answer for this question, students? Dalton's atomic theory was proposed in which theory? 1808. Very good. According to Dalton, atoms of the same element are different in size, identical in mass and properties, electrically charged, divisible. So I have already explained you the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, atoms of different like molecules have different mass and properties. And the same way, atoms of same molecules have. Tell me. 1808 is the correct answer. And the answer for this question is atoms of the same element have same mass and properties. For example, the water, the molecule, okay, water is nothing but it is a molecule. The molecule which I am consuming here and the molecule which you are consuming it at your place, these both consist of same mass and properties. Okay. Next. Which law is explained by Dalton's atomic theory? Conservation of mass, definite proportions, multiple proportions, all of the above. So this is very good question, students. Tell me. Dalton's atomic theory, it explained, so which laws of chemical combination? So it explained all the laws of chemical combination. Very good. Okay, all of the above. It explained what conservation of mass, law of definite proportions, law of multiple proportions. Very good. Next, chemical reactions involve the creation of atoms, destruction of atoms, rearrangement of atoms, division of atoms. So very, very important thing, students. So think well and answer to this question. If you understood like Dalton's atomic theory postulates, you can easily answer to this question. I have already explained you, atom can neither be created nor destroyed. But when the atom enters into the chemical reaction, what happens to that atoms? Tell me, students. Very good. So rearrangement of atoms takes place in chemical reactions. That atoms, they cannot be created or they cannot be destructed, but the rearrangement of atoms takes place. Okay, very good. Atomic mass mainly depends on the mass of electrons, protons only, neutrons only, protons and neutrons. What do you mean by atomic number? Very good, students, very good. So please share this video to your friends and relatives who needs classes in English medium. So daily I am going to take classes from at sharp 11 o'clock in Chandan Likes English YouTube channel. Okay, what is the answer, students? Very good, protons and neutrons. The atomicity of ozone is, I have explained you already. What do you mean by atomicity? Atomicity is nothing but the number of atoms present in a particular element. It is considered as atomicity. So in ozone, how many number of molecules, how many number of oxygen molecules ozone is having? Okay, so that is considered as atomicity. I think everybody will answer to this question. Very good. Why? Because this ozone, it is having 3 number of oxygen atoms. Okay, that 3 number of oxygen atom is considered as atomicity. Next, which element is polyatomic in nature? Helium, hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. I think everybody will answer to this. I have already told you, if an element consists of a single molecule, we say it as what? Monoatomicity. If an molecule consists of 2 atoms, we will say it as diatomic. If a molecule consists of 3 atoms, we say it as triatomic. If a molecule consists of greater than 3 atoms, we say it as polyatomic. Very good. Okay, sulfur. Very good, very good. Phosphorus P for sulfur S8. Next, brackets are used in calcium hydroxide to indicate valency of calcium, presence of polyatomic ion, atomic mass, molecular mass. I have already explained the rules how we have to write chemical formula. Okay, what are the rules to be followed in order to write a chemical formula? So when a metal and non-metal are involving in chemical reaction, so which one should come first, students? The element, the metal should come first, and if there are any atomicity, okay, if there are any atomicity is involved like diatomic, the subscript should be right downwards. Okay, so those are the some of the rules. Very good. Presence of polyatomic ion. Molecular mass is expressed in gram per mole, kg, atomic mass unit, liter. Tell me. Molecular mass, I have already explained you the difference between the molecular mass and molar mass. Okay, the mass of a single molecule, that means H2O, it is a molecule. The mass of a single molecule is considered as molecular mass. So it is expressed in which terms? Tell me. Very good, it is expressed in atomic mass unit. Next, a positively charged ion is known as anion, cation, molecule, radical. Okay, so atom consists of protons, neutrons and electrons, right? So protons are positively charged, neutrons are negatively charged. Sorry, protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged and neutrons are neutral. So in a similar way, positively charged ion is known as, what is this? Cation. And the negatively charged molecule is known as anion. For example, in Na plus Cl minus. So this is cation and this is anion. Next, an ion is formed when an atom gains or loses protons, gains or loses electrons, gains neutrons, loses nucleus. So ion is nothing but transfer of electrons. Either it may be a gain of electrons or it may be a loss of electrons. Now tell me the answer for this question, students. Each and every students, you must mention your answers in the comment section. We are having 10 more MCQs, okay Lakshman? So from today we are going to increase the MCQ numbering. Why? Because in order to boost your preparation, I am covering even PYQs also. What is the answer? Gains or lose electrons. Ions are nothing but transfer of electrons. Either it may be a gain of electrons or it may be a loss of electrons. 1 mole of any substance contains 6.023 into 10 power 22 particles, 6.023 into 10 power 23 particles. I think everybody will answer to this. Okay, that is considered as Avogadro number. 1 mole of an atom consists of how many number of particles, and that particular value we say it as what, students? Avogadro number. Very good. The unit of molar mass is Dalton AMU G mole per, gram per mole liter. I have already discussed the difference between molecular mass and molar mass. So molar mass is nothing but the mass of a single mole. The mass of a mole is considered as molar mass. So what are the units of this molar mass? Very good. Gram per mole. Mass of a single very good. Next, mass remains constant during a chemical reaction. Atoms are neither created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Now tell me the answer, students. If you look at the law of conservation of mass, so I have already explained you. Okay, in law of conservation of mass, what we can know, what we came to know, students, mass is neither created nor destroyed. Even I have explained you the example also. So when barium chloride is mixing with sulfuric acid, we are getting barium sulfate and hydrochloric acid. Okay, that means total mass of reactants will be equal to the total mass of products. By this we can say that mass is neither created nor destroyed. Very good. Equal volumes of gases contains equal number of molecules at same temperature and pressure. That is Avogadro's law, as we all know. Reason, molecules of all gases have the same mass. So tell me, students, who is going to give answer for this question? So what does the molecules of all the gases have the same mass? Okay, tell me. Does the different molecules have the same mass? If you know this, you can easily answer to this question. Very good. A is true, B is false. Why? Because different gases have different masses. But in the reason they have given that molecules of all the gases have the same mass. That is not correct thing. So option C is the correct. Match the following. Column 1, oxygen, helium, sulfur, ozone. So match it and tell me the answer for this question, students. Okay, it is the match the following related to atomicity. Very good, Lakshman, very good. So may I know your name, Naruto? What is the answer for this question, students? So match it and tell me the answer. So oxygen molecule is having the atomicity of 2. So like 2. Helium, it is having the atomicity as 1. Sulfur, it is having polyatomic. If the atomicity is greater than 3, we tell it as polyatomicity. Yeah, 2, 1, 3, 4. Very good. Next, identify the incorrectly paired option. Oxygen diatomic, helium monatomic, ozone diatomic, sulfur polyatomic. Identify the, okay, done. Identify the incorrect pair and mention your answers in the comment section. In the evening session in Chandan Loik's Telugu YouTube channel, so I am going to continue like Indian history series. Today's topic is Bahmani's kingdom. Okay, very good. Why? Because it is triatomic. Identify the incorrect pair. Sodium chloride compound hydrogen molecule, sodium oxide element, calcium oxide element, water compound. So identify students. So in the given pairs, one pair is incorrect, identify and mention an answer in the comment section. Very good students, very good. So everybody knows what is atom, what is molecule. So in general you know, so you may not know the difference between the atom, molecule and compound. I think in this session you have gotten a clear idea regarding these atoms and molecules. Okay. So tell me students, what is the answer for this question? Identify the incorrect pair. Why? Because so calcium and oxygen, these two are different elements, both combined together to form a compound, but they have mentioned it is a element. If there is only calcium, we can call it as element, but there is a mixing of two different elements. Mixing of two different elements gives us what? Compound. Okay? Okay, done. Next. Identify the wrongly matched law and scientist. Conservation of mass is Lavoisier. Definite proportion, multiple proportion, Dalton. Avogadro's law, Gay-Lussac law. So identify the incorrect pair and mention your answer in the comment section. Very good, very good. So tell me the answer for this question, students. Identify the wrongly matched thing and mention. Very good. Avogadro's law, it was not given by Gay-Lussac, it was given by Avogadro. Okay. Next question, which statement currently distinguishes molecular mass from molar mass? So this is the last question. So I have already told you today's topic is Bahmani's kingdom. Okay. In Chandan Telugu YouTube channel, in the evening session at sharp 4 o'clock, I am going to take class on Bahmani kingdom. Okay. So it will be continued. Indian history series will be continued till the end of Indian history. So tell me answer for this question, students. What is the difference between molar mass and molecular mass? So molar mass, it is expressed in atomic mass units, and the molecular mass it is expressed in AMU, and molar mass it is expressed in gram per mole. Very good. Sankranti offers are going on. Today is the last day to grab this opportunity. On each and every course, we are going to provide up to 60% offers. Any course you can get it only for 499 rupees. SSC exam complete course is available on our Chandan Law exam. Railway exams complete course is also available. Bank exams complete course is also available. Bank SSC RRB combo courses are also available on our Chandan Law exam. APPSC, TGPSC, essay, conceptual courses are also available. 0 to Hero complete courses are also available on Chandan Law exam. Yeah. So let's meet in the evening session. Bye students, take care. So we are going to conduct live sessions on Chandan Law English, Chandan Law Telugu and Chandan Law main channel. So each and every student, please subscribe to 3 channels so that if there is live at any time, you can get a notification. Okay students, bye, take care. Let's meet in the evening session. Thank you, Parshuram.